Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning to you all. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. I remember my dad used to always say that no matter what it was, he would always tell me happy Eve of whatever it was. And it would be birthday Eve, Easter Eve. Like he would always say to me, happy Eve of whatever. So happy Thanksgiving Eve. And with my thoughts of my dad, with that. They are down in Myrtle Beach for Thanksgiving, so they had safe travels there. But good morning, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's having a great day today. I appreciate you guys still being with us. I know we are one day away from Thanksgiving. And so, good morning, Elizabeth and Sherry, Mike, Manuel, Hayden, Amy, Alicia, Stephanie. Good morning, Glenn. Good morning, brother. And so happy Wednesday to everybody. Hopefully everybody's being able to wind down a little bit today. I'm going to be balancing some Thanksgiving stuff as well as my kids. I picked them up here very shortly. So just very blessed and thankful for you guys to being here and taking time. So my name is Brock Zevan, a life coach, business coach, real estate agent, and a dad. And good morning, Hayden. I see Hayden over here. And so the leadership team, they did a switcheroo. And so I made a note and I see Sandy's smiling, beautiful face. And it's like Sandy is the one that is leading us this morning. And so Greg is getting ready to sign some papers. He's got a closing this morning. So Sandy and him did a switcherooski. So good morning, Sandy. How are we doing on Thanksgiving Eve?
Hey, good morning. Good morning, all. Let's see. I see some new names on here too. Mike, hi, Hayden. See if I see Christian. I don't see Christian's face.
He
Anyways,
hides sometimes in Facebook world, I've noticed.
oh, okay. So listen, I feel great. I'm thankful to be here. I feel like we're kind of on holiday break, but the reality is, as an entrepreneur, whether you're in real estate, lending, whatever it is you're doing, I don't think there ever is truly a break. Hence why we're on a call at 8:15 on Thanksgiving break. But that's what makes us who we are. And at the end of the day, that's what separates us from mediocrity. The coach that I have, I've mentioned him that I had before Brock, don't be average. And he says, be effing legendary. I'm going to leave the effing part out, but I loved that quote. And I have a shirt that says that and I still wear it. But we've been talking a lot about planning and goals and where we're trying to get to. And I guess if anything, the one takeaway, and I'll come back to this at the end, that I want you to leave with today is you are where you're exactly meant to be right this minute. I don't think I believed that now more than I believe that today in my life. I've always questioned it. I've always thought I'll be happy when I get here. When this happens, that'll be it. When I get this mark, that means I'm successful. And I've had a lot of success in my life. I'm proud. I don't feel like I need to hide it, and I'm not bragging, but I've worked really hard for every single thing I have. I didn't grow up with a lot of money, but I didn't grow up poor. I certainly had opportunities. I started college at the age of 15. I had a full scholarship for all 4 years. I had dreams of being a corporate attorney, but after 4 years of college, I was like, I'm out of here. I was done with the school thing. And I went on to build a successful career in pharmaceutical sales. Really great things. But then my world got shook and I was scared to do my own job. And I was thinking about the goals that I had for myself just this time 2 years ago. I was curled up in a closet. I wasn't even talking normally. Words wouldn't come out of my mouth. When I did talk, it was very jumbled, very stuttered. I felt like I knew what you knew what I was saying, but people would just look at me and almost tears in their eyes because it was just this horrible feeling to be trapped in your own body. That's what I can tell you. So my goals were to be able to talk again. My goals were to be able to leave my house. I was too scared to leave my house. I would sit in my closet and call my mom because I was just so scared and I didn't know why. I knew that there was nothing to be fearful of. I knew there was no one waiting outside to hurt me. I knew all that. Cognitively, I understood that, which makes me different from a schizophrenic person who truly believes there's someone there waiting to murder them. Imagine knowing that and knowing it's not real and still being just as scared. It's not a fun place to be. So that was my goal. I didn't even know if I'd ever work again because getting in front of a doctor literally shut me down to where I was speechless. I couldn't even get the stuttering out. Imagine doing a job for 18 years and now being scared of what you were a pro at. You just won President's Club. This was no new news to you. And now you're scared to talk to this person. Believe me, you're both looking at each other like, I'm sorry, say what? Who are you? What's going on here today? It's the quirkiest, weirdest feeling you ever had. I think of Jim Carrey in that movie Liar, Liar, and he's trying to tell a lie. And it's like, rah, rah, rah. And that is like what I felt like. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Thank you, Jesus. But anyways, boy, how my goals have changed, folks. And that's what I want to share with you. A lot of people, they see me now. I will do what God has on my plan, and I don't know what that is. So I'm not going to say I'll never do pharmaceuticals again, because I loved my job. I was good at it, and I believed in the drugs I sold. And I really felt like I was making a difference. So I believe my friends that are in that area, everything, I believe pharmaceuticals are absolutely necessary. So let me make that clear. I don't think it was an evil job, and I'm not doing it because it was evil, but I am doing something completely different. I'm a commercial broker. I'm a real estate investment broker. I am building new construction multifamily complexes, and I am taking existing complexes from slumlords who are breaking laws left and right and still getting reimbursed by our state subsidies for rental rates that they should not be receiving. And I'm letting them know they can either fix these up or sell me their complex. That's my mission, and that's what I'm on, and I'm bent on it, and that's what I'm going to do all day, every day, as long as I can get up and I am healthy and I can talk, my body moves. And that's my passion. There's no reason for me not to do that. So I fight myself a lot when it comes to planning, because as an entrepreneur, I don't know if you fight this, but I think we all do. We seem to hold ourselves to these crazy expectations, which is wonderful. And that's what it's all about, being 1% better tomorrow than you were today, not anybody else, than your own self. So that's the one thing I want you to remember. When we're making goals, don't ever ask anybody else for input. I used to go to my boss, how many do you think I could get? How many scripts do you think I could pull in this quarter? If I did 432 last, do you think I could hit 500? With all due respect, why in the F am I asking my boss, who's never worked my territory, doesn't know what I'm capable of, doesn't know me, doesn't know what I've been through, and I'm going to write down what she says, and God Almighty, I've done it for years. I'll write it down. Okay, you think I can do 525? Okay, let's put 525 down. Are you joking me? No, I don't do 525. I actually sit down now and I think, okay, this is what I did. What am I capable of? I know I can bet on myself. If I'm going to bet on anybody, it's me. But I've always bet on the other players. I've always told everybody, if you don't vote for yourself, how can anybody vote for you? Like when you're running in a school election or whatever it is. And then I realized I don't even bet on myself in life. If I did, I wouldn't be asking someone else for advice on my life goals. I know me better than you know me. Why am I asking you to help me determine my goal? So when I attended that training session with Brock, it was very, very eye-opening for me, because what he was there was not to, he didn't even care what our goals were. He didn't even care what the numbers were. He doesn't care. And newsflash, everybody, nobody gives a rip what your goals are. If they do, they should be on this call because they're in the wrong mindset. And you shouldn't give a rip what someone else's numbers are. You need to be worried about your number and how you're going to obtain it, because it should be a stretch for you. If it's not a stretch, you're not betting on yourself. And I hate to be like this, but it's real. Like, this is real. I'm starting to get so honest with myself. And here's the thing. While I was also sitting there, the things that caused me the trauma happened to be pharmaceutical induced liver failure. Of all things, for the pharmaceutical rep to end up dying of what she promotes every day. I mean, can you imagine? So I don't take drugs. I want to reassure you, I don't do drugs. I don't drink alcohol. My liver, unfortunately, it just can't handle it. Would I like to have a drink? Yes. Do I think I'm an alcoholic? No. Do I have the propensity to abuse alcohol in stressful life situations? Absolutely. I've proven that to be true. What I will tell you is I don't have those luxury options anymore. So for me, it's about breathing. It's about planning. It's about utilizing psychotherapy. There are so many tricks out there to trick your brain and reprocess your brain. They use it with veterans all the time. We use it within our Secret Service. We use these tricks all the time. So if you don't think they're available and you think you're stuck where you are, why don't you give me a call after this? Call me. I'll put my number in the chat when we're done. I worked in psychiatry for 18 years, pushing drugs for the brain. I have been in therapy since I was a kid. I mean, this is not new to me, and I'm not at all embarrassed to share what I've been through with you, because it's what makes me who I am today. And that's why when we started this call, I told you, you're exactly where you need to be today to be what you're going to be looking at tomorrow. What you're planning today, your actions today will be what your tomorrow looks like. So I say that because here I am, I'm in my jammies still. It's Thanksgiving week, y'all. Like, I did brush my teeth. I put some makeup on. God bless. That's as good as it's going to get this today. Okay. I'm still going to work. I'm still going to answer calls. I'm not going to go get dressed. I don't want to put on my suit. Like, that's just crazy talk. Now, some people, I used to do that to feel like I was in the mode. Listen, I work for myself. Every day that I'm here is a blessing. I'm not even supposed to be here. The fact that I can sit here and still be a mom, like, that's all that I care about, to be honest with you. Like, that is my purpose, just to be a mom and to make it to bedtime. All this other stuff is like, if I don't do it, nobody's going to get hurt. I've already saved my money. I thought I was dying. I was diagnosed with a autoimmune disease 6 years ago. And when that happened, I became a money hoarder because I knew I wouldn't live past 50 anyways, and I wanted my daughter to have things. So I guess I didn't realize I was setting myself up to have capital later when I would have a complete breakdown and not be able to even do my job anymore, and then find out that I'm the healthiest person on the planet, that I have no physical ailments. I don't have asthma. I'm not obese. I'm not diabetic. I don't have heart disease. I don't have RA. I don't have high cholesterol. I'm not suicidal. But if you saw me 2 years ago, you would have seen a yellow, fat person talking jubble jubble. But that's not me. But I had to be there to get here. I had to go through that. I had to know what it feels like for people to look at you when you're sick and you can't communicate. My own friends. Was at the tennis club learning how to play tennis, and they didn't recognize me because they only knew me from the time that I was sick. And they were actually rude. Like, they weren't nice. And I couldn't understand what was going on. And then once I tried to talk, and of course I wasn't talking the best, they realized it was me. And I've never felt hurt like that. I don't want to say that. I have. When I lost my sister, when I went through my divorce, we've all been through things that give us hurt. It's what you do with that hurt. Do you learn from it and grow from it? Or do you sit down in your closet and cry? And here's the thing. You need to sit in your closet and cry. You can't skip that step. I talk about steps all the freaking time. Everybody wants to skip steps, including me. Guess what? Until you sit in the closet and cry, you are not going to get out of it. These are steps, and we know the steps. For us to try and put our head in the sand and say, no, I'm stronger than that, you're lying to yourself. It's a lie. So I encourage everybody to look at facts. Scientifically, we know that there are tricks we can play with our brain. There are plenty of activities that allow you to do so. They're used every day in the medical world. Clinically proven efficacy is right there in bazillion studies. I'm happy to go through reprints with you if you would like more evidence. In regards to planning and goals, I got to share with you what my goals that I just, because I think I'm gonna have to redo my goals. I set these goals. And they were goals when I got my planner. So this was, let me tell you exactly when I set these, because actually after our session, I realized I got to redo my goals. I already hit all my goals. What the heck? Okay, so I started these goals in July. And I think I've hit my goals, God willing, but I just want to share them with you. My first one, meet or re-meet the love of my life. Because who knows, it could have been somebody I already knew. I wasn't trying to like lose out on any opportunity here. So that was just one of my goals. Teach and see it through 5 to 10 people, making them multifamily millionaires. So I wanted to make them millionaires through investing in multifamily. I've done that with 3 people so far. So I said 5 to 10, I got 2 to go. To always be kind and stay humble. And underneath that, I wrote, it wasn't that long ago, and I put, you name it. It wasn't that long ago that I was curled up in a ball in my closet. It wasn't that long ago that I couldn't put a sentence together. It wasn't that long ago that I couldn't jog around the block without becoming tachycardic and turning purple. Okay. To see Lauren, my daughter, thriving in life, in golf, family, to believe in her and love on her and teach her. And last, to build real friendships, reaching out, being vulnerable and honest. I have a lot of friends. Hey girl, what's up? How are you? Oh my God. And there's not a person I don't love. I was just talking to my boyfriend about this because that can be hard for a new boyfriend when you love everybody. But being through what I've been through, I don't know what it is. I don't feel hurt. I don't feel anger. Sure, I still feel sadness. I'm a human, but I've let the hurt and the anger go. I feel peace. I feel forgiveness. I feel love. And for those that have hurt me, I'm thankful for that hurt. I wouldn't be where I am without knowing that pain. I wouldn't be able to have the empathy that I have for others, which makes me a better fighter and taking these slumlords and teaching them who's boss, because I have the education. I understand finances. I know what to do with money. I've proven it. So I went from doing okay, having an awesome, successful career. A good thing I hoarded some money. That was nice. I used it for capital. That once I got into this point that I was sitting at a Grant Cardone conference all by myself in Miami, because I was trying to learn. I had to figure out a new job to do. I was scared to talk to doctors. I didn't know anything else. What do you do? I can't go back to college again. I've got almost a teenager. So I got on YouTube and I started taking classes on crypto trading. Did not do well. Stock trading, I thought I was doing really well. And then that I determined was not my game, and it was too stressful. And there's not enough breathing in the world to get you through that when you can't take drugs. So anyways, I ended up on a plane to Miami, sitting in a conference, learning about multifamily investing and how to take down what they call a value add. Basically an apartment complex that's been run really poorly by someone who just cares about money. And unfortunately, those are all over the place. So as much as I love new construction, if I can take an existing building that we already have and not put up some more concrete, I'm all about that. Just seeing a deer in my backyard today was a great reminder of that. We got to keep perspective. It's when we get greedy and want to just start building as many as we can because we know how many rents each door brings in and this and that. And we start looking at NOIs and not people, that shit's going to get real for you. Excuse my language. And real for you in a way that I'm telling you what, you're going to be humbled. And I don't know what it will be or how it will be, but I'm a faithful person and I fear God. And I know He will keep you humble. Whether it's here or when we're there will be consequences. And I don't say that to scare you. I just say it to remind you. So with that said, I want to share 5 truths. I was reading this book called Principles, and have 5 truths about good decision-making. So this is what I encourage you to think about when you're making your goals. Again, like I said, you're making the goals for yourself. If you're asking somebody else what your goals should be, please give me a call at any time. I would love to talk to you because you know what your goals should be. And if you don't, we need to dig deeper and find out what's going on. And they're in there. They're in there. There's questions you got to ask yourself to uncover them. But I promise you they're in there. So first, you must decide to never let your limits come between you and your goals. We all are born, we're not born with it. We've created self-limiting beliefs. I think as as soon as we, I don't know, failed at something and then we chose not to do it again. That was the start of a building self-limiting beliefs. Because had you actually done it again and proved to yourself you could do it, you would have never believed that you weren't athletic. But because you tried out for a sport and you didn't make the team, you didn't try out for any more sports, you now tell yourself you're not athletic. That's like doing a study with the N of 1. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard anybody say, but guess who said it? Me. And guess who plays tennis now? No, I'm beginner level. I'm not bragging or anything, but I can run and I am semi-coordinated and it's really fun. I do not like the competitions and the matches. I don't need people yelling at me, but I can play tennis. Actually, I'm going to say decently. So that I want you to know I believe that. Quit limiting your beliefs. When you make your goals, use that little person inside of you that was imaginative and creative before all the hurt and the fear and all that stuff got poured onto you. Go back to that kid that you were and make your goals from that mindset. It'll be amazing how different your goals will truly be when you take out the fear and that little inner bitch that's talking to you in your head. That's what my old coach used to call it. So anyways, second, it's your propensity for facing harsh realities that will help you make good decisions. We're going to get faced with some harsh stuff. Doesn't make it any less real, folks. And to put your head in the ground and be like, no, didn't happen. You're cheating yourself. You need to feel that pain because it did happen. Now get over it and do better. We tell our kids to do that, but we're not supposed to. It's weird. So get real. You're going to get some harsh things coming at you. Third, people that obsess about the other way other people view them, they will hide their weaknesses. I learned that before I got sick, and I think being sick where I was physically sick, so I looked sick, was probably the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. I think I grew up, I'm not an ugly person. And I always had my parents telling me you can do whatever you want to do and you're pretty. And I didn't have those type of issues growing up. So I was just expected to be smart. But it didn't come to me. I was expected to do this. And so I worked extra hard. I got tutors, I studied, I got straight A's, I got full scholarships. Everything I did was paid for. And everyone thought I was just so super smart. And then they thought this. And so the reactions that I got when I wasn't what I looked like, and that was my life for a good eight months, I would say, year. It's the perspective that I needed. I was missing that. I needed that because now I am who I am today, and I don't play. I ain't no joke, and like it's made me stronger, tougher, and who I'm meant to be. So don't hide your weaknesses. For me, that was like my worst nightmare coming true. Every weakness I had was exposed. At the airport one time, I couldn't lift my bag onto the moving tray. So the guy behind me said, "Oh, let me help you." No one had ever done that before. It took me being that. Do that for people. Just because they look good on the outside, you don't know what they're going through. And if you think you're the only person, my God, pull your head out of the sand because you're lying to yourself. Every single person, if I learned anything, has some real deep, dark crap in there. Skeletons of closets and closets of skeletons. It's in there. Don't be afraid of it. Start pulling the bones and throwing them out. Who cares? Fourth, people place more value on the first order consequences of their actions over the second and third order. So what's the first order consequence? Working out, your muscles are going to be sore. What's a second and third order consequence? Well, you lose weight, you breathe better, you feel better, you have more energy, your mental clarity's there. But we focus more that our muscles are going to be sore, so we don't want to do it. Guess what? If it were easy, everybody would do it. That's what makes you different. And the fact that you're sitting on an 8:15 mindset motivation call on Thanksgiving break, I already know you're my peeps. You could say you're not, but you are. You wouldn't be on this call. Who the heck does this on Thanksgiving break? All my other friends are like, peace out. I'm not coming back till the 1st, because that's how you do it in pharmaceutical world. It's break time. In fact, companies pretty much shut down the last 3 weeks of the year. Nobody's worried about it. They made their goals. They're sandbagging right now. I know how this game plays, but when you're playing for your own self and your own life, it does you no good to sandbag yourself. I'm in it to win it, and I'm not taking a break. I'm going to make some calls today. I want to share with you, I actually went under contract on a 29 unit multifamily complex yesterday in Morristown, Tennessee. No, Wingate was yesterday, a 24 unit multifamily complex. I went under contract. So right now I'm working on 5 different apartment complexes. The Crossing Phase 1, the Crossing Phase 2, Magnolia Manor, Twin Magnolias, and I need to come up with a name for the last one, but life is good. And my goals, the fact that I feel like, God willing, maybe I've met my goals. It's time to make them bigger. And it's November. What a blessing that is, that in November, I realized I need to rewrite my goals. And that's what getting up at 8:15, that's what mindset motivation is about. It's not about the actual metrics of what you're doing. It's about your mindset, because that's all it is. You're all ready to go. Everything you're doing today is for tomorrow. And you're doing it. And I love you all like so much. Like I feel nothing but love. And if anybody wants to reach out, if I can share anything, like I'm always happen to share. I am the worst teacher in the world. I was trying to learn how to teach other people to do this. I do not like teaching. I don't know how teachers do it. I decided I don't know how to teach. So sometimes if you either got to understand me or you don't. I don't know. I can't. Sometimes I just feel kind of, but anyways, that's what I got going on. I hope everybody has a super, super happy Thanksgiving. Don't be afraid to share your successes. That's why we're all here. I love what I do. It's made me a multimillionaire, and I'm going to keep doing it as long as I'm living and breathing and I can be healthy. And other than that, being a mom. So just do what leads your heart. Follow your heart. That's what I say. Wake up, as Chad Free would say. Woke, wake up. Today's your day. If you want to work. If you don't. But whatever you do, it's going to affect you. No one's coming for you. This is your life. Enjoy it. Happy Thanksgiving. Brock, I'll turn it back to you.
I don't want the microphone after that one there. That's a tough one to follow on that. I wanted to run through some walls that we had right there. This morning I had the privilege last night of, for those that know Eric Thomas, he's one of the more profound motivational speakers. And I was on a coaching, there was a coaching webinar with him last night. Whew, you and him both have that intensity. I mean, it was like pretty intense. And I was telling Kastner, because Kastner was actually up like at 4:00 this morning, and him and I were texting each other. And I was like, I listened to Eric Thomas last night, and he was freaking insane. He was intense. And you had that same type of energy that you brought today, because I was just like, it's so true, because I wish I had my notes right here. Oh, this is what it was. He goes, I got news for everybody. Okay. It's going to be, I don't mean to hurt you, but I'm going to hurt you. He says, nobody cares. Right? Nobody cares about anything about you. You can think they do, but nobody cares. And until you get that outside of your head, like, nobody cares. And he didn't say any profanity, but he was pretty intense with it. And not because I didn't care what you said, but I was saying that it's so true.
It's 8:45, Brock. It's 8:45.
Yes, shutting it down. Guys, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Christian will be leading us tomorrow at 8:15. He'll be here. Sandy, hell of a job today. Great job today. Thank you so much for your concept, your talk today. Guys, have a great one. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your family. And we're blessed and fortunate if you're here tomorrow morning with us. Have a good one. See ya.